3 touchdowns in that stretch. Wasn't all his fault, but 2 years ago at Riverside City College, he threw for almost 4,600 yards, 44 touchdowns.
Yep.
You and I both watched the game from last week with Southern Illinois, and 348 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had a 57-yard bomb. He had another 50-yarder. Really looked good throwing the deep ball last week.
It's interesting, though, too. He had a hard time with the mesh point. I think they fumbled the ball a couple of times on RPO action with Retzloff last week, but again, he's got a big arm. Started the last 4 games last year. He's only got 6 career starts. He is a coach's son. He's got an innate ability to make things happen, a good scrambler. But as you mentioned, he can make some plays. Pressure, though, will bother him. Defensively,
Tyler Batty, their defensive end, led him in tackles for loss and quarterback hurries each of the last 2 years. He had a quarterback hurry last week. Big defensive end at 6'5", 275. And in the secondary, watch Jacob Robinson. He got an interception last week. He's got 9 in his career, which I believe is 3rd all-time in BYU history. And you may not remember it, Scott, but we saw Robinson 2 years ago make a huge play. He tackled Tanner Mordecai on the 2-point conversion at the end of the New Mexico Bowl, which preserved the win for BYU over SMU.
A huge play right there. And don't forget about Isaiah Bain. He's number 13, who will not start at that defensive end spot, but he's a guy that had 27 tackles in 8 starts last year. He is much improved, and he is very athletic. Batty, we talked a lot about him, but he kind of disappeared last week. Now, they ran away from him some at that defensive end position, but he does have 26.5 career tackles for a loss of that end spot for the Cougars.
It's a roster that's a lot different than many because 56 players for BYU have already served their Mormon missions in over 32 different countries. They speak 14 different languages among them. The average age of their team, 21 and a half years old. They have 27 players that are married on this team, and a lot of them have kids, too.
And from year to year, you look at their team, and about half of them have either been on a mission or plan to go on a mission. Those missions last generally for a year, 2 years sometimes. So, they do it a little bit differently.
Nice night here at Ford Stadium. Let's go down to the sideline for the first time and check in with Steve Lansdale. Steve. Do we have Steve? We do not have Steve. We'll try to check in with Steve a little bit later here on our pregame show. Still to come on the pregame show, I'll talk to head coach Rhett Lashley. Up next, though, we had a scoop and score by the nose tackle. Always enjoy seeing that from Anthony Booker. I'll talk to him on our Pony Profile next. This is SMU Football from Learfield.
One poor decision to drive under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or edibles could result in a DWI costing you up to $17,000 in fines and fees, the loss of a license, jail time, and the loss of trust from loved ones, or worse, a lifetime of regret. Drive sober or it's game over. Help improve driver behavior in North Texas by visiting driveawareNTX.org. That's driveawareNTX.org.
UT Southwestern Medical Center. For the 8th consecutive year, ranked the #1 hospital in Dallas-Fort Worth by U.S. News and World Report. 11 of UT Southwestern specialties are nationally ranked, including cancer, heart and vascular, and neurological care. That's UT Southwestern, dedicated to discovery, committed to care. The official healthcare system of SMU Athletics. Go Ponies.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk, do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all the roads we travel, and all of our traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter. Brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation.
Welcome to the Hilltop, home of the Mustangs and namesake of Hilltop Securities, a proud sponsor of SMU Athletics. With a 78-year legacy of strength and stability, we are a national leader in municipal investment banking and a full-service wealth advisory firm. Hilltop Securities helps governments and nonprofits make a lasting impact on our communities and helps institutional and individual investors develop winning financial strategies. Go Stangs! Hilltop Securities. Member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Rudy's Real Texas Barbecue is your Mustang football tailgating headquarters. Rudy's opens at 6 a.m. 7 days a week. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, let Rudy's do your smoking. Visit one of our 6 Metroplex locations in Arlington, Allen, Frisco, Denton, Fort Worth, or Burleson. Or place your game day order at rudys.com. Rudy's Barbecue. Real Texas Barbecue.
For 110 years, Vista Bank has been helping entrepreneurs make their move. Recently named one of Dallas Business Journal's top commercial banks and Dallas Morning News Best Bank of Dallas-Fort Worth, Vista is committed to SMU athletics. That's why they're partnering with us to help one lucky Dallas business owner make their move this year. Go to MakeYourMoveDallas.com today and enter to win $10,000 of advertising to our amazing SMU fans. Entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912. Vista Bank, people first.
This is SMU Mustangs football on The Ticket.
The Ticket!
Rich Phillips back at Ford Stadium. Pony Profile time with Anthony Booker Jr., right?
Yes, sir.
But who calls you Anthony?
Just my parents when I'm in trouble.
Tank, of course, is what we all know you as. When did the nickname Tank come about?
When I was young, I'm a junior, obviously, so in the household, mom needs something to call me as well, so I just went by Tank since I was a little young.
You're fourth on the team in scoring right now, behind two running backs and the place kicker. You got to like that, playing at nose tackle, to be fourth in scoring.
Yeah, I'm just excited. Anything to help the team. Really, it's just team sport. I love our guys, and so anything to help out the team.
Veteran guy, you had your first fumble recovery and your first touchdown last week in the win over HCU. Tell us about that play.
It was a good play. I seen Jafar make the sack, great sack, great pursuit to the ball by me. The ball came out, and I just scooped it up and seen the end zone, so tried to have fun with that.
When's the last time you carried the football in a game?
Carry like that, probably at high school, freshman year, something like that.
Was some running back in high school?
I played tight end, but I had a pick six in my senior night.
And then the opener this year, you had the safety against Nevada. That was kind of a big momentum-turning play for the team, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Like I said, same. Just anything to help out the team. I know back against the wall, especially did a good job getting the ball on the one, and our defense just helped out.
You've been at Maryland, last year at Arkansas. What brought you here to SMU this season?
Just being part of a winning culture. These guys did a great job last year. I didn't have that much success in my other schools and just wanted to be part of something. Winning culture, around good guys, good staff, and that's kind of let me be here.
Yeah, this team with a conference championship last year, you didn't get to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But can you feel that attitude and that mood from guys that were here last season?
Yeah, we still feel like, we still have that edge to us. Guys don't really think we belong, but I feel like that winning edge and everybody's collective. I see what they have in the locker room to bring that championship mantra, so just want to add on to that.
You're one of a lot of new guys on that defensive line. How hard has chemistry been able to develop here just in a month getting ready for the season?
Yeah, chemistry's been great. We started out in January when I first got here. Guys like E-Rob and Corey returning, and then we just got an addition with Jarrett when he came in June. It's been pretty great. We do things outside of football, come over to my house, play the game, eat some food, good fellowship. We did that all year, really, so our chemistry's been great. And I just feel like we're on a good track aside for the rest of the season.
2-0 start, but now 10 Power 4 teams the rest of the way. It's what this program has been longing for. You got to be looking forward to. You've been in these situations, too.
Yeah, I feel like we're ready for it. No task too tall. I just feel like myself, I've been, Big Ten, SEC. Ball's going to be ball. That's why I tell those guys ball's going to be ball, and we can play, so we're ready for it.
This BYU team, huge offensive line, huge running back, too, L.J. Martin. What kind of challenge do they pose to you here tonight?
Just we got to, rise to the ball. I feel like play great technique, but, just swarm as a defense. We preach that with Coach Simon's swarming to the football. It's going to take all 11, so that's something we're just emphasizing this week.
That is Tank Booker on our Pony Profile tonight. I'll talk to Rhett Lashley next. This is SMU Football from Learfield.
Big trip on the horizon? The parking spot gets you going faster. The parking spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking. When you book online, you save money and are guaranteed a spot. We'll pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles, help you with your bags, and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the parking spot. Get going faster with the parking spot. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot.
Sometimes the most valuable go-to partner is the one that comes to you with customized solutions to strengthen your business. At Bank of Texas, that's the kind of high-level service we bring our business customers every day, helping businesses blaze trails for tomorrow while staying on course today. And we can help you strike the right balance so you can seize the moment without losing focus on the future. And at Bank of Texas, you'll work with experienced professionals who understand where you're coming from and where you want to go. So here's to planning for the tomorrow while living in the today. Bank of Texas, member FDIC.
Lockwood Distilling Company prides themselves in top-quality craft spirits like hibiscus vodka, bourbon whiskey, bourbon cream, and Texas-style gin. With 3 tasting rooms and restaurants across the Metroplex, you can visit them in Richardson, Fort Worth on Magnolia Avenue, or downtown McKinney. Visit them in person or find their world-class spirits anywhere liquor is sold. Lockwood is thrilled to partner with SMU to be featured at all football and basketball games. Please enjoy North Texas's finest distilled spirits and go Ponies.
The Mustangs know where to find the fun at Dave & Buster's on half-price games Wednesday. That's when you can play all the games and pay only half the price. Did we mention there's over 140 video games? Talk about a college hack. This deal is available from open to close every single Wednesday during the semester and beyond. Come through with your SMU crew for the ultimate midweek boost. Bring your pony ears to play on half-price games Wednesday at Dave & Buster's.
Xochitl is the official tortilla chips and salsa of SMU Athletics. Their deliciously thin and crispy tortilla chips and flavorful salsas are inspired by authentic Mexican recipes, all made with high-quality ingredients. Xochitl offers an assortment of flavors that are Project Non-GMO verified, certified gluten-free, and kosher certified. They also offer a variety of chips that are certified USDA organic. Order online now at XochitlSnacks.com. So thin, so crisp, so good. Xochitl.
Hey Mustang fans, be sure to head over to Fuzi on Henderson Avenue after the game. Fuzi, the official post-game destination for SMU Athletics. Wear your SMU gear to receive half-price pizza on game days, dine-in only. Located at 2401 North Henderson Avenue in Dallas, delicious Italian food, lively bar scene, and a great patio.
This is SMU Mustangs football on the ticket.
The Ticket! Back at Ford Stadium, Ford Chalk Talk with SMU head coach Rhett Lashley. Obviously, big improvement week 1 to week 2. Some of it, I know it's the competition you face, but 28-0's 28-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah, we got back to starting fast, which is, what we want to do week in and week out. And I thought our guys bounced back well. They were focused. They were ready to play. They did what we were supposed to do and got a win, and now we're here in week 3.
Saw a lot more of Kevin Jennings at quarterback last week. Was that just kind of the product of the way the game went with your rotation?
Yeah, we went to the game with the same mindset we did week 1. They were going to go 2-2 to start the game, and then just the way the game went, we were ahead 28-0, so it gave us a chance to play them both, and Kevin got a lot of good drives and reps in, and I think, again, we're going to need both those guys throughout the season, so that's going to be a positive for us.
At this point through 2 games, I think it's hard to find fault with the way either guy has played thus far.
When they're both in, we move the ball, we score points. I think our team believes in both of them, and so, yeah, they've done a nice job overall.
Obviously got to play a ton of the roster last Saturday night. One guy I thought really shined was your freshman running back, Derek McFall. He's got a little shake for you back there, doesn't he?
He does, and with Kamar Wheaton being out for the year, and we've already got a few bangs and bruises, like we're going to potentially need him down the stretch. So to get him 15, 16 carries, get him used to college football, I think you saw some of the explosion that we think he'll have and be a really good player for us in the future.
Your number 1 guy back there has been Brashard Smith. Did you expect him to kind of jump out this quickly in his first full-time season as running back?
I don't know. We saw it in spring football. We saw it in fall camp that he did a nice job and had some juice to him running the football. But, credit him for playing well in the first 2 weeks. And I thought LJ's ran the ball really well. It'll be good to get Rooster back this week. So, but, I think Brashard's handled his first 2 games as a running back really well.
You changed up a lot of the offensive line last week, shuffling some positions. Same on the depth chart this week, so I guess that means it worked?
Yeah, I think so. I think we feel good. That's our best unit, and the more we play, we'll get better and better each week. So I feel like we can develop continuity there. We still have a lot of faith in Andrew Chamblee now being back at tackle, should we need him, and we probably will. And then, Nate Anderson and Ben Sparks played a lot at guard, and we feel really good about all 4 of our guards.
BYU with a big win last week in their opener, and I was watching their offense. Obviously, they're huge up front, 6'8", 6'9" at tackle, and their interior too. They got big receivers, big running back. They got size everywhere on offense.
Yeah, they're big and they're old. They're big, and as you know, a lot of the guys at BYU are in their mid to late 20s, and half of them have families. So they're full-grown men, as we like to say, and they've got great size. They're very strong, powerful, and we got our hands full.
With their 2 running backs, L.J. Martin and Hinckley Ropati, that's 2 totally different styles, isn't it?
It is, and they like to pound the ball and then play action and throw it over your head. And so that'll be the big key early is, can we contain the run game and not get them in really good advantageous situations where they've got great balance. We've got to stop the run. They may hit some passes on us, but throughout the course of the game, we've got to stop the run game.
Quarterback Jake Retzloff got thrown into a tough spot, I think, at the end of last season, but he throws for 348, 3 touchdowns last week, showing, I think, a lot of what he did at the junior college ranks, too.
Yeah, I mean, 348 on only 20 completions. Again, they were hitting chunk plays. You know, they run the ball really well, and then they have great tight ends, great wideouts. He played really well. I think the experience he got last year, really helped him play really, really sharp coming into year 2.
This is the first of 10 straight Power 4 games the rest of the way. It's what you wanted, right?
It is. It's what we asked for. It's where we feel like we belong. We're excited. I feel like our team's going to compete. You know, who knows what the results for 10 weeks are going to be. We'll find out a lot about our program, our team, where we stand, where we've made great improvements, where we have improvements we got to make. But I think we got a team that's going to play hard, going to compete, and represent SMU well.
Won 9 straight here at Ford, too. What's been the secret on that?
I don't know. We like playing here in front of our fans. You know, last week our student section was absolutely incredible. Looking forward to them doing that tonight, wearing all red, and our entire crowd was just awesome. The game day experience was fantastic. Our guys like playing here. We got to find a way to get to double digits tonight.
Let's do it. That's Rhett Lashley on Chalk Talk. We'll talk to, we'll actually have the starting lineups and the kickoff next. This is SMU football from Learfield.
The September stock up is on at Whole Foods Market with hundreds of deals from pantry to produce. Save on Honeycrisp apples, coffee, supplements, chicken breast, and more to keep your house and family running smoothly. Now through September 17th.
Shane Mullen with Mullen & Mullen Injury Law Firm. If you're injured due to someone else's negligence, it's important to hire a law firm that understands North Texas and knows their way around here. Mullen & Mullen's been fighting for and supporting injured North Texans for over 40 years. And when I say North Texas, I mean all of North Texas. If you can hear this message, we'll help you. Call me for a free consultation. 214-INJURED. Start your case online. mullenandmullen.com. No recovery, no expense or fees. Been that way since '83.
Save on wellness favorites at Whole Foods Market. Get 33% off all supplements with Prime through September 10th. Build your ultimate supplement regimen and get your must-haves for less. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
On the Mustang Sports Network, the keys to success are presented by Capital Title, a Shattuck company. Capital Title, the largest independent title company in the United States. From the Milestone Radio booth, here are Rich Phillips and Scott Garner.
5.5 minutes away between SMU and BYU here at Gerald J. Ford Stadium. Cloudy evening, 82 degrees right now. Slight chance of a shower and also some temperatures dropping down into the 70s throughout the game. Let's get to our Capital Title, a Shattuck Company keys to success with Scott.
Hey, thanks so much, Rich. Well, key number 1 for the Mustangs tonight. Got to speed up BYU quarterback Jake Retzloff. Don't let him get comfortable. Pressure has typically bothered Retzloff. The offensive tackles for BYU, they have struggled on a few rushes around the edge. They did that last week. Expect SMU to strategically dial up pressure on Retzloff, who was 20 of 30 last week for 348 yards and 3 touchdowns. Be interesting, too, to see how much pressure we can get without having to blitz. And remember, Retzloff, 20 of 30, and that was with 3 drops mixed in, too. So key number 1, speed up the BYU quarterback. Key number 2 for SMU, outside linebackers, safeties. They've got to get to the edge. Now, they may not be real big, but BYU's got some very quick scat-back type running backs that can get to the edge. Senior running back Hinckley Rapati, he had 13 carries for 57 yards and a touchdown last week. L.J. Martin, the other big running back, 5.2 yards per carry with a touchdown. They are quick, and they like to run outside. Key number 3 for SMU, you've got to be disciplined in the option game. Control gaps, don't over-pursue. In addition to the BYU RPO game, they will run some old-school option. And so linebackers and safeties for the Mustangs, they've got to get to the point of attack and play assignment football tonight. And one extra key here for the Mustangs, contain that BYU wide receiver Chase Roberts. Roberts, one of the best wide receivers in all of the Big 12. He's going to draw some safety help, and that means that on the other side, you're going to probably play man-to-man, and that means you got to be good at that cornerback spot and the outside linebacker spot. Those are the keys tonight, Rich.
That's the Capital Title, the Shattuck Company keys to success. Capital Title, the largest independent title company in the United States, and the official title company of SMU Athletics. Quickly, before we have the coin toss, let's go down to the sideline and Steve Lansale. Steve.
Rich, you mentioned there's a chance of rain. I talked to a couple of the guys down here who keep track of the rain and lightning and how close. I was assured it won't rain, which I assume guarantees that we're in for a torrential downpour at some point. The one thing that I would add to Scott's keys there is that today is one of those games where, look, the Mustangs expect a slugfest all around, but especially especially the SMU offensive line and BYU's defensive line. The defensive line is big, but they don't do a whole lot of exotic looks. So as the Mustangs try to incorporate Andrew Chamblee and some of the other transfers and get them more comfortable with this unit, this is the kind of game where you're playing a higher level of competition, but balancing that with maybe not the most complex defensive looks, so it may be an ideal game to get some things straightened out on the offensive line going forward.
All right, thanks a lot, Steve. A big roar there behind Steve was actually for the BYU team running out. This is only the second time they've played here in Dallas against SMU. First time here at Ford Stadium. Really good turnout in the blue for the BYU fans. Our coin toss is brought to you by Bank of Texas, powered by BOK Financial. We go above so you can go beyond. The captains are out at midfield with Cravone Barrett, our referee tonight.
Welcome, Mr. Weber, our honorary guest here with us. Okay, BYU, you are the visitors. You will call it. Okay, that is tails, that is heads. That is tails, that is heads. What would you like to call?
Heads.
Heads is the call. It is tails. You want the ball?
You want that shit, yeah.
Okay. Which way would you guys like to kick?
SMU wins the opening toss, and yes, unlike when they fooled us 2 weeks ago at Nevada, Scott, they'll take the football first here, as Rhett Lashley always likes to do. The Mustangs will have the ball first. Led by Preston Stone at quarterback, the 6'1 junior from Parish Episcopal High School has thrown for 332 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception in the first 2 games this season, and he's now 13-2 as a starter in his SMU career. Brashard Smith is running back, 5'10 senior from Richmond Heights, Florida. The Miami transfer, he leads the team with 21 carries for 178 yards and 3 touchdowns. At wide receiver, Romello Brenson, 6'2 senior from Miami, 4 catches on the season for Romello. Keyshawn Smith, 6'1 senior from San Diego. He has just 2 catches, but one was a 35-yard touchdown last week. And Jake Bailey, the 5'10 grad student from San Clemente, California, his first touchdown in 2 years last Saturday night in the win over HCU. The tight end is R.J. Maryland, the 6'4 junior from South Lake Carroll, leads the team with 9 catches for 173 yards and a score. P.J. Williams, the left tackle, 6'5", 317, sophomore out of Dickinson High School. Savion Bird, the left guard, 6'5", 304, a junior from Duncanville High School. Ja'Kai Clark, the center, 6'4", 334, graduate student from Loganville, Georgia. Logan Parr, the right guard, 6'4", 316, a grad student from Elotes, Texas. And Justin Osborne, the right tackle, 6'5", 305, a grad student from Flower Mound Marcus High School. Will Farron, a transfer from Boise State, is set to kick off here for BYU. The Mustangs will have Brashard Smith back to return the kickoff. SMU wearing the reds tonight. It's Wear Red Friday here at SMU. Red jerseys, white pants with the white helmets and the red Mustang. BYU in the white jerseys and pants with the blue numbers and the blue helmets with that Y logo on the side.
You know, you usually see a sea of red and blue here at Ford Stadium, but usually not this much red and not this much blue.
Yeah, a lot of blue here. Again, BYU's only played here. This is only the second time here against SMU that BYU has played. The other time was back when they were members of the WAC together in 1916, overtime win in 1997 for BYU. Brashard Smith's going to let that kick bounce at the 4, and it'll go into the end zone. SMU will have it at their own 25-yard line. The BYU Cougars defensively, Tyler Batty has 15 career sacks at one end. Logan Latui is the other end. The nose guard, John Nelson, 6'4", a 290-pound senior. Blake Mangelson is the other defensive tackle, 6'5", 275. Their linebackers, Isaiah Glasker, had 6'5", 235. Harrison Taggart, 6'1", 235 sophomore. And then their rover, Jack Kelly, 6'2", 240, a junior from Kearns, Utah. The corners, Jacob Robinson, Mark Collins. The safeties are Micah Harper and Tanner Wall from Arlington, Virginia. 1st and 10, SMU from their own 25-yard line. Stone in the shotgun, Brashard Smith to his right. Jake Bailey motions into the slot on the right-hand side. And the handoff is fake to Brashard Smith. The throw out the right flat, R.J. Maryland, and he's ankle tackled after a gain of just 2 yards. A fine tackle by Mark Collins out on the edge.
Yeah, that's R.J. Maryland that lined up in that right sniffer back spot right behind the tackle right there, and he likes to just go out and run kind of an arrow route.
2-yard pass, 2nd down and 8. SMU at their own 27-yard line. They go left to right of the first quarter of play. 3 receivers to the left for Preston Stone. Brashard Smith will take a handoff coming right. No edge is set there. He's going to be tackled for a loss of 2 or 3 yards. Blank Mangelson leading the way along with their middle linebacker Harrison Taggart. It's going to be 3rd down and long for SMU.
Taggart's a guy, they wanted him to get downhill this week. He can be a liability. He did have 3 stops and a breakup in week number 1. They did a really good job of playing that outside zone run into the boundary, and they have forced the Mustangs into a 3rd and 11.
From their own 24-yard line, 54% conversion rate the first 2 weeks for SMU. Stone from the shotgun to throw, looks left, scans back middle, under pressure. He's going to be sacked. Sacked by the rover, Jack Kelly, back at the 16-yard line. SMU is going to go 3 and out.
Well, and that time Tyler Batty did not get credit for the sack, but he did a spin move on an inside move on P.J. Williams and really confused things and muddied the waters, and then they were able to finish him off. That's a really good defensive series for BYU.
And Parker Kingston will be back at the BYU 37-yard line awaiting the punt from Isaac Pearson. He averages 40.7 on his first 3 attempts this season. Will Benton is the snapper for SMU, and they're going to go with a rugby right. End over end kick. That's a good one. A fair catch is going to be signaled for and made around the 36-yard line of BYU. The SMU defense, Elijah Roberts, Jafari Harvey are the ends. Tank Booker with that scoop and score last week, the nose tackle. He also has a safety. He's 4th on the team in points right now with 8 on the year. Jared Harrison Hunt, the other defensive tackle. The linebackers, Kobe Wilson and Ahmad Walker at corner. Looks like Jalen Davis and Robinson starts on the right side. The left side, Brandon Crosley. Your safeties are C.J. Sanders, Jonathan McGill, and Isaiah Wacobia. We have 13-17 to play in the first quarter. 1st down and 10 at the 35-yard line for BYU on their opening possession. They'll go into a pistol formation. L.J. Martin out of El Paso is the tailback. The quarterback, Jake Retzloff out of Corona, California, 6'1" junior. 1st and 10 from his own 35, and the handoff is coming left, and the Mustangs are all over it. The first one there is Ahmad Walker for the SMU defense, bringing Martin down at the 36, a gain of just 1.
Good job there by Ahmad Walker. Linebackers for the Mustangs were much better last week, getting to the point of attack, and they needed to because Jafari Harvey did not set the edge that time at his defensive end position into the boundary, and now it's 2nd down and 9 here for BYU.
Wide receivers, Cody Epps out of Los Angeles. Chase Roberts, their leader, 6'4", 210 junior from Highland, Utah. Darius Lassiter is the other wide receiver. Keanu Hill, a 6'4", 240-pound senior out of Euless Trinity, is the tight end. 2nd down 9 at the 36-yard line from a pistol formation. Retzloff looks to throw, fires it right side. Crossley has terrific coverage over there, and he throws it out of bounds to his intended receiver, Darius Lassiter. That'll be 3rd down and 9 upcoming.
And the big question was, can the Mustangs get pressure without having to blitz? And that time, Elijah Roberts working on that right tackle, and we talked about how the tackle struggled last week with some bull rushes, and Roberts got pressure and backed his guy right up into Retzloff, making it problematic. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see if the Mustangs blitz here.
3rd down and 9. BYU at their 36-yard line. Mustangs went 3 and out on their opening possession. The defense trying to follow suit here against the BYU offense. They'll empty the backfield for Retzloff, and now L.J. Martin will motion back in to his right-hand side. Looking to throw is Retzloff. Mustangs run a stunt. They have time. They complete this underneath at the 40. Breaks a tackle to the 45 and a 1st down out to about midfield. On the reception there for BYU was Reiner Swanson, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. They'll put him at the 46-yard line, a gain of 10.
It was a terrific job. L.J. Martin blocking. Ahmad Walker, the running back, got out there. He made the play. And this is what BYU can do. They can stretch the field on you, and they've got guys that will get out there and get physical. They weren't that physical last week. It's very apparent that their head coach, Kalani Sitake, has talked about ratcheting up the physicality this week.
12 minutes to go. First quarter, we're scoreless. 1st down 10. BYU at their own 46-yard line. Under center this time for Retzloff, and he fakes an end around. He's going to run right. I think he wanted an option, but his running back took off, and he fumbles the football as he's tackled. Beanbags are on the ground, and the ball is in the possession of Elijah Roberts for SMU.
And this Mustang team, we talked about it early on, trying to create some turnovers. SMU now +2 in turnovers. We've coughed it up 3 times, but we now have a couple of big turnovers. That was the biggest so far of the season. And remember, BYU had a problem at the mesh point last week, and they have a problem here.
Elijah Roberts with his first career fumble recovery. Looked like Kobe Wilson was the first guy in there on the stop for the SMU defense, and the Mustangs going to start off this time in plus territory. 11:46 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless, their first and 10 at the BYU 43-yard line. Running back here is, I believe that's Brashard Smith once again, just behind it to the left of Preston Stone. Play action. Preston looking under pressure. He's smacked hard and driven down at his own 45-yard line. And once again, Jack Kelly is in there, who had the sack that ended that last possession. Tyler Batty coming in off the edge as well.
An absolute disaster in pass protection right there. And we talked about Logan Parr. Sometimes he'll occasionally try to motion back out. That was Parr trying to take a pass set and go to the other side of the line to protect.
Second down, 21. SMU with a play action. Stone has time, throws a screen left to Jake Bailey, caught at the 46 of SMU. Not much there. He gains about 2 to the 48-yard line, and he's tackled right there. It'll be third down and long coming up for SMU.
In the first 2 games, the Mustangs did not allow a sack. We had 4 of them defensively, which is not that great. But to not give up a sack is really good. And now 2 sacks here in the first 4 minutes of this ballgame. That's too many. And now it's a third down and long here for SMU.
2 by 2, the wide receivers. That includes Matthew Hibner, who's wide to the left. The 2 receivers on each side are stacked. It's 3rd and 19 from the SMU 48-yard line. Pressure look from BYU. They have 6 on the line. They're going to rush just 4, but they came with a backer late. Preston Stone makes him miss. Slides to his left. He's got to throw as he's being hit, and he throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. Big pressure that time from Harrison Taggart, their middle linebacker. He missed him the first time.
He did.
Got a little contact at the end. SMU goes 3 and out once again.
Wasn't just Taggart in there, but they also had another linebacker, and the pass protection for Preston Stone here to begin this ball game has been absolutely abysmal. They have been nipping at his heels pretty much every time he's tried to drop back to pass. I've not seen him play with his feet that hot before.
Isaac Pearson to punt once again. Kingston stands at his own 6-yard line. Straight on kick this time, end over end. Kingston's going to let it bounce behind him at the 1. It'll go into the end zone, and they will have it at the 20-yard line. 10:40 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless between SMU and BYU. This is SMU football. Well, hang on. We had a penalty flag down, so stand by. And we'll hear from our official, Kravon Barrett.
Illegal formation, kicking team, more than 4 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, first down, BYU.
Tack that on at the end of the touchback, so BYU should be starting at the 25-yard line. 10:39 to go, first quarter, no score. SMU and BYU. This is SMU football from Learfield.
Pony up and choose a community banking partner with SMU Roots. Veritex Community Banking is Dallas-based and has the local expertise and decision-making that Texans expect. Whether for small business or personal banking, Veritex Bank is there to support your journey through a better state of banking. Learn more about what makes Veritex and SMU a winning team at veritexbank.com. That's VERITEX bank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you know why Milestone is the official sponsor of SMU Athletics?
I do not, Bob. Why?
Because Milestone realized they are both experts at dealing with tight situations and staying cool under pressure on the field and on home repairs.
And they're both the best in Dallas.
That's right. Milestone has won Best in DFW, hosted by the Dallas Morning News, 2 years in a row.
So get over to callmilestone.com today, Bob, and get $76 off all things electrical, plumbing, and AC. Milestone, official home service sponsor of SMU Athletics. Pony up.
We'll fix it in a flash.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TIP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TIP to 321-321. That's TIP to 321-321.
The SMU Ponies play here on The Ticket.
How would you like to be able to listen to us while synced up to your television in the comfort of your own home? Go to syncmygame.com to find out how. No one gets you closer to the game than SiriusXM ACC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through the regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/ACC Radio 2024. Well, the SMU Mustangs have had to punt for the second time now. And SMU trying to take advantage of a fumble, but could not, with immense pressure on Preston Stone, who has been sacked a couple of times in 2 possessions. He has not had any time at all when he has dropped back to pass the football. BYU's got it back at their own 25-yard line, scoreless, 10:39 to play here in this first quarter.
Cameron Robertson at defensive end. Moving in at defensive tackle is going to be Jonathan Jefferson. Jefferson had a nice game last week against HCU. Corey Roberson, the other D tackle, and Roberson had his second interception in as many seasons last week. Pretty good for a defensive tackle to have one.
Yeah.
That's interceptions in back-to-back years for SMU. First down and 10 for BYU. They're at their own 25-yard line. The field almost completely in the shade as the sun comes out. Only the numbers on up on the far side of the field in the sun. Students all in the sun over there on the far side, but they'll be in the shade here shortly on a beautiful night at Ford Stadium. Pistol formation for BYU. Jake Retzloff is their quarterback. The tailback is L.J. Martin. First down 10 at the 25-yard line for the Cougars. Retzloff will hand this one straight up the middle. Bit of a hole there to the 30. Tripped up by Ahmad Walker at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play.
That's a nice gain of 6. That's what BYU wants. They want to stay ahead of the chains, get 4, 5, 6 yards a run. That's just a simple inside zone play. Linebackers late filling, and it's second down and 4 here for BYU, who's off to a very good start tonight, save for the fumble on their last possession.
Ball on the right hash for the Cougars. Second down 4 from their 31-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Jake Retzloff in a shotgun. 4-man front for SMU. On second down and 4 for BYU. And they're going to run an option play coming left. Pitched out to Martin at the 30. Up the left side 34 to the 36. Jonathan Miguel will trip up L.J. Martin there, but he picks up 5 and he moves the chains.
That was the old school option that we had talked about on the Facebook pregame show and some in our pregame show on the radio side. Jonathan McGill trying to run the alley, getting there a little bit late, and the running back slipped the tackle of McGill, enabling him to pick up a couple of extra. They moved the sticks on an option play.
I still challenge your term of old school option because they're in a pistol formation, Scott. First down 10 at the 36-yard line for BYU.
As old school as you can get these days, though.
Scoreless here in the first quarter, and play action. Retzloff has time, batted down at the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Jefferson knocks that ball away. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, gotta like Jonathan Jefferson, the Georgia transfer. He had 3 tackles coming into the ball game. 6'3", 315-pound tackle. He's been very active down inside, and he just adds to what Tank Booker and Mike Lockhart and Harrison Hunt bring to the table. You've got 4 or 5 guys that can play the 3 or the 1 for the Mustangs.
Ends now are Isaiah Smith and Elijah Roberts. Second down and 10 for BYU from their own 36-yard line.
Isaiah Smith's been good so far the first 2 games.
Pistol formation. Retzloff going to slide to his right, flushed out of the pocket by Jared Harrison Hunt. Throws on the run. It's going to be caught by Cody Epps, 45, right side 50, out of bounds at about the SMU 47-yard line with a first down on a gain of 17.
Harrison Hunt rushed inside the tackle, and that allowed Retzloff to squeak outside. He's able to just waggle his way to the sideline. A little touch pass to Epps, and a really nice play.
Cody Epps, junior out of Los Angeles, had just 2 catches last week for a total of 8 yards, but he gives them a first and 10 at the SMU 47-yard line. 8:45 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Retzloff out of a shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 left on the wide side of the field. Now they motion a man across the formation. They fake the handoff going right. Retzloff is going to run left to the 45, down to the 42-yard line. He will pick up 5 on the play. Kobe Wilson makes the stop. Retzloff can run. 2 years ago at Riverside City College, he ran for 515 yards and 6 touchdowns while throwing for almost 4,600 yards.
And it was Ray Paolo and Darius Lassiter, running back slash wide receiver, that threw a couple of good blocks. Everybody on this team doing a really nice job at blocking and staying on their blocks at the point of attack.
2nd and 5, BYU at the SMU 42-yard line. Retzloff with L.J. Martin to his left in the backfield. 2-by-2 wide receivers. Fake a toss left. Retzloff waiting to throw across the middle of the field. That one knocked away. Isaiah Wacobia comes in and has a quick hand around from behind Chase Roberts to bat that ball away. It'll be 3rd down.
A nice job by Wacobia. You also had Jalen Davis-Robinson down there. So bracket coverage on maybe their best wide receiver, one of the top wide receivers in the Big 12. You've got to control Roberts tonight. This is where they like to go to him on 3rd and short.
3rd and 5 at the 42 of SMU for BYU. Roberts will motion to the right. 3 receivers all over there. Now Retzloff steps off, looks to the sideline.
Retzloff has had plenty of time. He has not had happy feet so far, doing a good job of stepping into his throws early on.
Play clock is down to 4. 3rd down and 5. Retzloff rolls the pocket to the right. Here comes some pressure from Kobe Wilson. He throws this one high, and a great leaping grab. No, it's not made. That was knocked out. Jonathan McGill frees the ball from Keelan Mary, and it looked like he was going to have a great grab at the 30, and McGill times it perfectly. There is a flag down, however, in the offensive backfield.
Did Wilson get there late and rough the quarterback?
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 24, 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
He came on a delayed blitz, and I was wondering about that as hard as he was racing up the field to get to Retzloff, the quarterback. But, boy, what a great play by McGill to break that ball up, but it's all for naught as a result of the penalty, and penalties have been a problem for the Mustangs.
Yeah, last year they only averaged 4.6 penalties per game. In week 1 they had 11. Last week still had 6. 1st down and 10 for BYU at the SMU 27-yard line. 7:42 to go. First quarter were scoreless.
Boy, that is...
Plays under review. Is this under review for targeting? Play under review to see if that ball was caught or not.
It was a late breakup, and they're going to see if maybe he had gone down with the ball with his knee to the ground before the ball was jarred loose.
We'll tell you what the result is after a timeout with 7:42 to go first quarter. No score, SMU and BYU. This is SMU football from Learfield.
It's finally time for some Mustangs football, y'all. Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue has the perfect spot and best patio in town, featuring a 14-foot LED wall, perfect for all the game day action. Head over to Ozona and yell at the TVs while enjoying some great West Texas favorites and drinking some ice cold drinks. Don't forget about happy hour from 4 to 7 Sunday through Friday with $1 off all bar drinks and complimentary chips and salsa. Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue and online at ozonagrill.com.
At Tailgate Express, we know the best part of fall is football season, and we're here to make sure that you get all the fun of the Boulevard without any of the work. Offering premium tailgating packages, Boulevard spots, food, and beverage services, Tailgate Express handles it all. Book your hassle-free Boulevard today at tailgate-express.com/SMU. Tailgate Express. SMU game day starts here.
One poor decision to drive under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or edibles could result in a DWI costing you up to $17,000 in fines and fees, the loss of a license, jail time, and the loss of trust from loved ones, or worse, a lifetime of regret. Drive sober or it's game over. Help improve driver behavior in North Texas by visiting driveawareNTX.org. That's driveawareNTX.org.
Stop what you're doing, because right now, Kohl's is giving away millions in instant Kohl's Cash in stores for free. You heard that right. This weekend is their Kohl's Cash Ultimate Giveaway. Plus, get 3 days of deals in store and online. Yep, you definitely don't want to miss this. So hurry to Kohl's today, before it's too late. Kohl's Cash Giveaway valid in store only, redeemable only that day. Some exclusions apply while supplies last. Ends September 8th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
SMU Mustangs football on the ticket.
The ticket.
7:42 to go first quarter. No score. SMU and BYU. All right, the replay was to review to see if the pass was caught by Keelan Marion, and it is the ruling. It was a reception down to around the 30-yard line of SMU, and then they tack on the roughing the passer penalty against Kobe Wilson on top of that. And so now BYU is going to be all the way down at the SMU 16-yard line.
And they are 2 of 2 on thirds. And their third down conversion attempts have been long ones for the most part. And, you know, the Mustangs, they're coming out, they're playing good football here, but BYU has come out and they are executing it, both in the passing game and in the run game right here. And the Mustangs defensively on their heels a little bit. And I was kind of looking down to see what's the disparity in total plays run. Right now it's 11-6. BYU, the Mustangs have gone 3 and out both possessions.
And they have negative yards, I believe, minus 18.
Minus 18,
on
that's
those
right.
first 2 possessions because of a couple of sacks.
Yep.
7:42 to go first quarter. We're scoreless.
First 2 sacks the O-line's given up this year, too.
BYU will have a first down and 10 at the SMU 16-yard line. Jake Retzloff at a shotgun. L.J. Martin to his right. Receivers bunched tight on the right-hand side. Now they'll motion across to the left. They fake a toss right. They throw it down the middle of the field and bobbled in the end zone. Caught, touchdown BYU.
Well, Isaiah Wacobia let him go. I'm not sure why, at around the 5-yard line, and he got behind the defense and ends up diving in there for the touchdown reception. That is a really nice play and nice execution by BYU's quarterback, Jake Retzloff, who has come to play tonight.
I believe that's their tight end, Matava Tase, who made the catch, and then he landed, I think, on the point of the football and has just stayed flat on his back in the end zone ever since. And Retzloff had a lot going on there with a fake toss right, and then he just fired a strike to Matava Tase, bobbled it, and McGill unable to close in time there, and the catch was good for a touchdown with 7:16 to go in the first quarter. The BYU training staff out to the attention of Tase in the end zone.
Yeah, it was McGill coming over on kind of a Mayday 911 because Wacobia again had let him go as they were running some zone on the back end of that, and Tase comes up with the touchdown grab. But you know, Keanu Hill is their #1 tight end, and he's a converted wide receiver who started the last 5 games last year. They were just kind of in flux in the offseason trying to look for somebody who could play tight end. That was quite a catch by Matava Tase on that last play.
He has 2 catches this season. He has 2 touchdowns this season. He had a 19-yarder last week, a 16-yarder tonight. Extra point coming from Will Farron. BYU striking first here in the middle of the first quarter. And the PAT will make it 7-0. BYU has the lead with 7:16 to play in the first quarter. We'll keep it here. After that touchdown, it was a 16-yard touchdown pass that capped the drive for BYU, and it gives them the 7-0 lead.
Mustangs offense, that's what's the most disconcerting part about it. It's not being down 7-0.
Number 21 of BYU is now number... Number 21 is now number 98.
It's number 98. That's what you expected, 21 to wear 98, right? It's a special teams number.
But I was going to say, it's not that you're down 7-0. It's the fact that the offensive line, the first 3 series, has struggled to be average in pass protection. There have been linebackers and tackles that have been getting into the backfield consistently and just making things very uncomfortable for Preston Stone. And the game plan, as you mentioned, probably going to be seeing Kevin Jennings here on this next drive.
Will Farron's kickoff high and short, going to be caught by Brashard Smith at the 9. Right side numbers. He cuts left 10, 15, makes a man miss at the 20. Doesn't make the next man miss at the 22-yard line. A pretty solid tackle there from Isaiah Glasker, and that's where SMU will have it. First down and 10. Now, Preston Stone was the quarterback the first 2 series. We expect to see Kevin Jennings here. It's not a performance-based change that we are seeing here. This has been Rhett Lashley's plan 10 through the first 3 weeks. Series 3 and 4 handled by the sophomore out of South Oak Cliff, Kevin Jennings. He's thrown for 210 yards and a touchdown. He's run for 58 and a score in the first 2 weeks. And Jalen Knighton is the running back, missed last week with a minor injury, just held out for precautionary reasons.
And really need Knighton to step up, especially with L.J. Johnson being a little dinged up.
First down 10 at the 22 for SMU, down 7-0 mid-first quarter to BYU. Out of a shotgun and rolling to his right, Kevin Jennings looking, throwing. Jalen Knighton catch 25-yard line up the right sideline to the 30 and taken out of bounds at the 33. 11 yards of the first SMU first down of the night.
Really like that. It's a nice play. Nice play called by Rhett Lashley with some over-pursuing linebackers for BYU the first couple of possessions. And that time they get him out on the edge and just throw it out in the flat where the linebacker wasn't.
First down 10, SMU at their 33-yard line. Jennings out of the shotgun with the play action. Looking right, throwing it that way, and boy, fortunate that was not picked off by Mark Collins, who had terrific coverage down that right sideline on Keyshawn Smith.
And Collins, the most experienced of their guys in the backfield at that cornerback spot. 30 career starts coming in, 100 tackles, 24 breakups. That is number 25.
Second down 10 at the 33-yard line for SMU. They're on the right hash, and they're fake a toss left. Here goes Jennings off right guard, has room, 40, breaks it outside 45, and he'll step out of bounds at the SMU 48-yard line, and Kevin Jennings is going to run that for 15 and another first down.
And an absolute pancake block by Keyshawn Smith on the aforementioned Marquis Collins. That physical cornerback, he just put him right into the ground.
First down and 10, SMU from their own 48, 6:25 to go first quarter, 7-0 BYU has the advantage on SMU. Empty backfield now for Kevin Jennings. This is his first possession of the game. And Jennings with a couple of first downs, leading the SMU offense. First down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Empty backfield again. Jennings will throw a screen left, caught by Brashard Smith. Picks up a block to the 50. He'll be wrapped up at the 47-yard line of BYU. 5 more on the game.
And really liked how R.J. Maryland blocked down right there on Bagna. It really pushed him, and where he wanted to go, shoved him back down inside. Wide receivers, tight ends for the Mustangs blocking really nicely on this particular drive right here.
Second down 5, SMU at the 47 of BYU. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball on the left hash. Kevin Jennings will hand this off to Brashard Smith, picking his way through the line to the 45, down to the 44. Defense swarming him there. They end up with the football, but said he was down. It'll be a pickup of 3. It's third down 2.
And you say, well, just a 2 or 3 yard pickup, but what it does is it keeps you right where you want to be. You've got a third down and 2, and even if you don't make this, you've got the option to go for it. And so the Mustangs looking much better here. What the run for Jennings has done is it's curtailed the blitz and the pressure from BYU.
2 tight ends. Hibner comes in along with Stone Eby on third down and 2 at the 44 of BYU. Jalen Knighton is the running back. The 2 tight ends both to the right-hand side on third down and 2. And the handoff is to Knighton. He's going to go away for the tight end's left. He is wrapped up at the 43. He's going to be stopped a yard short of the first down.
Well, they brought the safety down, that strong side safety down into the box and went cover 1. They were expecting run. They got it, and we ran away from it, but just could not get away from the initial tackler, and it's 4th and short.
And they're going to go for it. L.J. Johnson now will come in. 4th down and not even a yard. They're just short of the 42, which is the line to gain.
Remember, L.J. Johnson was a little bit banged up after last week, but we've got to have this yard.
Shotgun formation for Jennings, and Kevin is going to have a flag down.
I think Rhett Lashley might have called a timeout.
Yeah, timeout before the snap was the call. And we'll take it with him here, too. 4:15 to go in the first quarter. BYU 7, SMU nothing. This is SMU football from Learfield.
Rudy's Real Texas Barbecue is your Mustang football tailgating headquarters. Rudy's opens at 6 a.m. 7 days a week. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, let Rudy's do your smoking. Visit one of our 6 Metroplex locations in Arlington, Allen, Frisco, Denton, Fort Worth, or Burleson. Or place your game day order at Rudy's.com. Rudy's Barbecue. Real Texas Barbecue. Xochitl is the official tortilla chips and salsa of SMU Athletics. Their deliciously thin and crispy tortilla chips and flavorful salsas are inspired by authentic Mexican recipes, all made with high-quality ingredients. Xochitl offers an assortment of flavors that are Project Non-GMO verified, certified gluten-free, and kosher certified. They also offer a variety of chips that are certified USDA organic. Order online now at xochitlsnacks.com. So thin, so crisp, so good. Xochitl.
Pony up and choose a community banking partner with SMU Roots. Veritex Community Banking is Dallas-based and has the local expertise and decision-making that Texans expect. Whether for small business or personal banking, Veritex Bank is there to support your journey through a better state of banking. Learn more about what makes Veritex and SMU a winning team at veritexbank.com. That's VERITEX bank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Homeownership success begins with Prime Lending. Our experienced mortgage professionals understand that every situation is unique. We tailor our solutions to fit your needs. That way, your mortgage is as perfect as your home. Visit primelending.com/SMU to take the first step towards your new home. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates and fees subject to change. Prime Lending, a Plains Capital company. NMLS 13649 is an equal housing lender.
This is SMU Mustangs football on The Ticket.
The Ticket!
Rep your team and save on tolls with the official SMU toll tag. For just $19.99, you can put Pony Pride right on your ride and save on tolls all over town. Get yours at SMUTollTag.com. Get game day ready at Cowboys Fit. Claim your complimentary 3-day guest pass and experience this state-of-the-art fitness facility in partnership with the Dallas Cowboys to train and recover like a pro. Visit cowboysfit.com to learn more. Well, Rhett Lashley calls a timeout right before the snap on a 4th down play from around the 42.5-yard line. You need about a foot. And we'll see what the Mustangs dial up here. But I like you, Rich. I was a little bit concerned. We were in shotgun, and running back wasn't quite set. And Lashley decides to call the timeout.
Yeah, the first timeout called by SMU tonight. You know, Rhett told me at the start of the season, he's a little more apt to use an early timeout in either half because you've got the
2-minute timeout.
Timeout, yeah. Mike Tirico was very adamant last night on the NFL broadcast that it was the 2-minute warning they went to.
I thought you were trying to trip me up there for a second.
No, I was tripping myself up is what I was doing. It's a 2-minute timeout. So with the added timeout that you get, Rhett did admit he'd be a little more apt to call an early timeout. And obviously an important one here. You're at the 42.5 of the 4th down in inches.
You played Nevada. You played Houston Christian so far. You've gone for it on 4th down 3 times. You've converted twice in those situations. So the Mustangs 2 of 3 on 4th this year. This one right here, though, the first of the game between the two teams.
I like ducking your head in behind your big center, Ja'Kai Clark.
Oh, so
they
do
are
they.
going to go under center on 4th down and a foot. Jennings under center. He easily shoots through all the way down to the 41-yard line, picks up 2.
I like that game plan, Rich.
We got this one up here, man. Tell Casey Woods radio that one down next time, all right?
I think Rhett looked down just like you and I did and thought, wait a second, no, let's not do this. Let's call the timeout. Just run it right behind the center.
First down 10, SMU at the 41 of BYU. 3:55 to go first quarter, 7-0. The Cougars have the lead. Pistol formation with Rooster Knighton as the tailback. Receiver tight left, 2 wide to the right on 1st and 10 at the 41 of BYU. And rolling right under a ton of pressure, and somehow Jennings delivers it underneath right side, caught by Romello Brinson at the 40, running right sideline 35-30. Then he's run out of bounds at the 20, way past the end of the play, and a flag came down. They'll tack some on.
Mustangs going with 12 personnel right there, and what a block by Jordan Hudson, who I think he's still blocking down there. He would not let go and just ran his guy 5 yards downfield. The wide receivers have come to play, and they are physical tonight without the football. That's what great teams do.
Boy, what a play by Kevin Jennings. I mean, he rolls right and immediately has a defender in his face.
Yes.
And still delivered a great ball to Romello for a big gain. They gained 11 on the play. Officials talking this one over. Cravone Barrett to tell us.
After the play is over, personal foul, late hit, whiff targeting, defense, number 28. That's a 15-yard penalty. The previous play is under review.
Tanner Wall, their free safety out of Arlington, Virginia, the one called for the targeting. That's an automatic review since targeting does carry an ejection. And this close shave instant replay is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, but a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol.
And that is Tanner Wall, the safety.
Intended for